Tefl-Dude here, and today I'm going to show you how to create a new local user account. What is it, first of all? Well, the local account is where you have this folder with your name on it, and as you log on, you'll see that is your user account name. So why would you need to create a new one? Well, either you think this name is stupid and you want to change it because of that reason, or you've changed your name. Maybe you got married, who knows? Another reason you might want to add a local user account is if you have friends coming over, or if you have parents, or if you have a child and you want to allow it to have its independent experience on the computer and not allow it to have access to your files. So I'm going to show you two kind of local accounts that you can have. One where they have access to your data, or you have access to your old data, and two where they don't have access. So I'm going to show you both. Now, if you want to change that name anon, don't look at these videos that say, oh, in 5 seconds you can change it by changing the name. Don't even try it. You cannot change that name and have your computer still working perfectly. I've tried it and it didn't work. The only way to do it is to create a new local user account with admin privileges and then delete the other one. And that's what we're going to do finally. But first, I want to show you side by side the admin privileges and the standard privileges, just to show you what you have access to and what powers you have. So, without further ado, let me first explain to you what is going to go missing and what is going to stay the same. For instance, you can see here my icons and all that are on the left. Well, once you have a new user, that's going to revert to the middle. So some settings are going to revert to as if you had a new installation. And that's another good thing about this. It's almost like having a fresh installation. All the programs will remain. So if you have a look here, you've got Microsoft Office. All of those programs will remain, but they won't be in a nice, pretty folder. You'll have to do that yourself. And these other tools that I've pinned to the start, they'll be unpinned and you'll have to go and look for them again to pin them back to the start. Now, what is also going to disappear from your account is these pictures and music and videos. They won't disappear. They'll just be in a folder called Anon, and I'll show you where that is, because you'll have two users. The new one, which I'm going to make called Marcus, and the old one called Anon. Eventually, we will delete the Anon, but before you do that, make sure you save all of these files back to where you want them. So, if this was a computer I was using for a while and I want to give it a new name, this is how you would do it. I also want to show you how the new user, if they're not with admin privilege, cannot access these files. One more thing that won't be visible, this PC, the folder, the control panel, won't be there because I added them after the installation. You'll have to do that again. I'll show you how. And also, a nice touch here is where you can add these folders, documents, downloads, to the bottom bar here. That isn't there when you do a fresh install or when you do a new admin. Here you can see it's better, you have direct access. Perhaps you want to check out my link, what to do when you first get a clean new PC. I'll put the link in the description below and you can check that out. Now, without further ado, let's make two new users. So to do that, we're going to click on the Start menu, go to Settings, then to Accounts, and there you can see Anon account. Scroll down until you get to Other Users. And here we're going to add two accounts. Now it will ask you to make a Microsoft account, but you don't have to do that. Just click I don't have the person's information and add user without Microsoft account. I'm just simply going to put in the name Bob Standard to show you that it is a standard user. And now I'll click next. And you can see it says local account, not admin. Now I'm going to add Marcus as an admin. Once again, I don't have the person's information. And now we'll put in the name Marcus. Next, we click next. And here we have to change Marcus to change the account type to admin. Because later he's going to be able to delete all the accounts. Whereas Bob can't do any of that. Now we've created both accounts. I just want to show you where they live, because here in the PC, if you go here in users, you can see here there is only Anon created. The other two will be created once we log into them, because they have to begin. It's almost like a fresh install. It's quite nice. So I'll show you that later. So we're going to log out and log in as Bob first to show you that he doesn't have access to those files. Okay, so now Anon needs a password, obviously, but Bob doesn't. So we'll click on Bob and we'll sign in with Bob. Now notice it's starting to look like it does when it does a clean install, which is really nice. It's a really good way to refresh your PC even. Maybe you want to do that. Save all your files somewhere. Well, actually, you don't have to save them anywhere because they're all saved in Anon. All those files are accessible if you have the privileges. And I'm letting this run because it takes no time at all, as you can see. Notice, as I said, the center has stayed, center stage. But what has gone is the PC and the control panel, because you have to add those in, the way you want to do it. You have to add them in presentation, I think it is. Personalized, yeah. So what has gone missing is the PC and the control panel, because to get them, you have to go to personalize and add them. We'll do that later. I just want to show you how it's moved to the middle. We still have Microsoft Office and Excel, and all the programs are now here. So you'll have to, pin them to the start as you like. Let's see if we have access to those folders. So this is Bob. Notice all of those files have disappeared from his pictures and downloads. But what if he tries to go to this PC? Here, users. So here you can see Bob has been created along with Anon. Let's see if Bob can get into the files of Anon. You don't have permission. Continue. Aha. So you can see here, I would need the password to get in there. So if you're a parent and you want your stuff to remain private, just give your kids or your friends the standard privileges, not the admin. So no, you can't get in. Beware though, once you give them the admin privileges and then you take it away, they kind of still have it. It happened with me. I changed Marcus back to a local user to see if he could get into it, and he was able to get into it because once you give administrative privileges, it's difficult to take them away. Okay, so that's Bob. Let's go back and go in with Marcus, because this time I want to log in and I want to delete the other files. I just want Marcus to exist and nothing else. So once again, we go to Bob Standard and we sign out. This time we're going to sign in with an administrative account. Here's Marcus, sign in. And once again, it makes this kind of fresh looking install. So it's creating that folder we saw in the PC. Okay, and here we are. It's very similar to the Bob account, but the difference here is, let's have a look. If I go to this PC and we try to get into the user files, notice Marcus can get into the anon file. It says continue, and he didn't even need to put in a password. He was because he's admin, he can go anywhere he likes. So here are the desktop files I had, and I'll put on that cursor highlighter, which I used to use, and you can see it's been moved from there to there. So if you do want to save your files, you don't have to do it. Just make your new user and go to your downloads folder. Here are the downloads. Simply collect them, put them in your download folder, and there they are. And then when you delete that account, you haven't lost all your data. So there you can see I've put the pictures in as well. I've got the documents and the downloads. Now I'm just going to delete those two folders. And actually what I'll do, I'll leave them visible so that you can see them disappear. Here are the users. There you go. And what we're going to do is delete them via the admin. So let's go here, go to settings, and I'll just show you here, accounts. And now we're going to delete the Anon account. So here's Anon. Maybe you want to leave the Bob standard account just in case you have a friend that comes over, wants to use your account, and you say, no, you can use the Bob standard. So I'm going to delete these accounts. So that's Anon. I'm going to click remove. And remember, it says it's going to remove all the data. So if we left our pictures in there, things that would get deleted. And then we're going to remove Bob as well. Remove Bob. And you can see here on the left that only Marcus is now visible. So those other accounts with all their files and data have gone. So now we're back to the normal account. Let's log out and log in again, see what happens. Sign out, and then we're going to sign in again. See, there's only one option, and it's Marcus, nobody else. And that's that. All you have to do is move this over to the left, add those folders I did. If you want to know how to do all of that and add the PC icons on your left, check out my video above, which shows you what to do with a brand new PC, or even with a PC that you've been given. Often people give me their PCs to check things, and the first things I check is whether they have those icons, because they make life so much easier. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you now know how to change an old name of an account to a new name. Remember, you don't change it. You have to create another one and delete the old one. That's the only way to do it safely. So check out my new videos coming to you twice weekly this time, because I'm going to really try and get on this train of YouTube and create more and more videos. And also check out my music account, which I play music and show you how to create music. Signing off for now, Tefl-Dude. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like. See you on the next video.